Getting accurate conversion data into Google is critical. Google's algorithms use conversion data for smart bidding. If it's inaccurate, you're bidding on the wrong clicks. But it's really hard to set up Google conversion importing correctly. Setup requires Gclid capture and mapping to sales conversions from your shopping cart. This generally takes 3 to 6 months according to our Google partners. Setup does not include, usually, CRM conversions such as new leads because it's too hard. I should know, we work directly with Google's team and it took us 8 months to be the first ones ever to do it. So I know it's tough. The delayed revenue that the great leads will generate is much different than the crappy leads, but it's virtually impossible to update Google on this when the leads take time to buy. And again, without accurate data, smart bidding is unlikely to succeed. But if your competition has accurate conversion data and customer lifetime value pushed into Google, they are acquiring the good leads and customers more effectively than you are. Bad conversion data buys bad customers at a higher cost. Our solution is to automatically push accurate conversion data to Google for both leads and sales. Let me show you how we do this. The setup is easy. You just check Enable Wicked Google Campaign Optimizer feature. That's literally all you need to do. We'll also show you the past 30-day lead value. You can update that if you'd like. That's a more advanced consideration. Just know it's an option. Otherwise, we're just always going to automatically calculate conversion value based on actual sales and send it up. Each day, you can come over and see the conversions that have been uploaded. In the past year, we've uploaded 8.5 million in conversions. And here's the thing. Only 30% of those were at the bottom of the funnel last click. 69% were CRM conversions that later converted. Let that sink in. I know everyone likes to just say, oh, who's going to click and buy right away? Everyone wants to look at that. That's great. But 69% of this e-commerce company's sales came from clicks off Google that didn't convert immediately, but eventually converted. So that's a pretty high value. What does this mean inside of Google? You'll actually see these conversions. These are real new lead, existing lead re-opt-in, and last click sales that have been caught by the wicked Google Conversion Optimizer feature. Now, in this case, this search, you've got just from the CRMs, 250,000 in additional conversion value. How does that look to your client when you have another 250,000? Here's one right here. Another 150K. That's almost equal to what you've spent in the year. This is a 1 year look. In a year, what's been spent? CRM conversions that wouldn't be caught by the pixel. Here's another one. 140 grand in new leads, 139 grand in existing leads re-engaging. So it goes on, but there's always this big chunk of sales that happen from leads that take time to buy that otherwise the ad optimization engines won't optimize for, but they will if you have this feature. We've worked in partner with Google to create a solution where we can automatically capture the Gclids, map them to CRM and sales conversions, including subscription payments, and then attribute that data back and push it into Google so that your smart campaigns can now be optimized based on real actual conversions that happen top, middle, or bottom of your sales funnels. I'm looking inside an active advertiser's account for the past year. And as you can see here, these are his conversions. This one is his pixel conversion, already firing quite well, making him some money here. But here, this wicked new lead attributed sale for 191 grand, or this wicked re-opt-in attributed sale for 58 grand. These are conversions that we detected in the CRM and then waited until they actually bought off any channel in the future and attribute the revenue back to what first got them into his marketing funnel to begin with and then push them into Google. So think lead gen that converts on email, but the lead was gathered from Google. An existing email list that was retargeted. They opted in for a coupon, but they didn't buy. And then they bought later on some other method. That's where this $250,000 in conversion revenue that would otherwise be hidden is actually pushed into the system. It's detected and pushed into the system, so you get your true much higher ROI, and then you can spend a lot more. Look at this, 11 days after an impression for most of your conversion value. So we're getting those most important conversions and pushing them in. Search, same thing. Search Lobster, 150K. Search Branded, 145 grand. So these are all, again, added conversion value that we're able to send. What's this one? Another 70 grand. So this creates much higher ROIs, and so then you can spend more. So here's how we do it, and then I'll show you in Wicked Report. Now in Wicked Reports, this is our Customer Journey Explorer. For the past year, we did 16 million in sales. Pretty awesome. 2.5 million of that was closed on Google. Where did those leads come from? Well, 1.6 million came from Google. 1.3 million was first click. 4.5 million on email. Where did they come from? Well, 460K we detected from Google. Google wouldn't have that information otherwise in Google Ads. So we're able to map that journey and send this value up to Google. Here's how we do it. People-based tracking. Let me run you through this quick animation. So here's his marketing channel, marketing campaign. He's doing everything. Google, Facebook. There's some organic in there. Emails through ActiveCampaign. So within all these touch points, the conversions that matter, people want to know what creates new leads and what makes people buy, and how do I find more leads that become buyers. That's what they need to know, because the more expensive a product, or the more deliberation, or if it's a subscription, it takes a lot of time. So if you looked inside of Facebook, Facebook would take credit for everything. If you look inside of Google, they're going to be pretty optimistic as well. And so what we do is pull in all the clicks. We mine the CRMs for all the conversions with our 1-minute integrations, automatically done, no setup. We mine the shopping carts to pull in all that data, and we mine the recurring subscriptions. So we pull in all everyone's actual first-party data conversions, because people want to know that they can trust their data, and they can only trust it if it's based on real conversion data, not fake. And then when we do that, we can come in and mine things like this. Or we can come in and show the new lead ROI. This is all the Google Ads revenue attributed to the leads acquired. Only looks at the leads. This is all revenue that Google may not have, because these leads take time to buy. And what we're able to do is map like Shopify or WooCommerce or BigCommerce or all the other carts. We map that revenue back to this new lead conversion point that we're able to detect. And then when Google comes into play, is we're able to then, this is our Google conversion page, show every click. The contact ID is the CRM that had the particular conversion, the actual value, the Google click ID, and we can send it up. And what we find for conversion value, last click, just what made people click and buy, it's exactly 1/3. And that's usually there's a third in the top of the funnel, a third in the middle, and a third at the bottom. And so we're able to capture all that and push it back into Google for you. And so then your smart bidding's that much smarter, and you can make that much more informed decisions. Works great with discovery ads, lead form ads, YouTube for TrueView action ads, all those ones that are capturing lead gen. We can capture that, push it in, and then drive the result, no matter how they're going to close the sale. So that's how it works in a super fast nutshell. So to set up, it's very simple. You're going to come here, you're going to check this box, and then we're automatically going to be pushing all this conversion data we mine throughout your tech stack up into Google for you, just with a checkbox here and having our tracking code on your page. To get the CRM conversions, our customers come here and do a one-click connect process. It takes about a minute, and then we're going to be able to always mine the CRM to detect new lead conversions or to detect existing lead reconversions. That matters a lot. People really care about what drives new leads, and did those new leads ever buy? They don't want the leads all piled in. They don't want only some of the leads showing up and some not shown. More people are very intense about this point. No one else seems to understand this but us. I don't know why. As for orders, you can just enable or connect your particular system here. And one very popular one, Recharge for subscriptions or Chargeify. So if Again, I mean, the conversions happen top funnel for getting the lead, and then those recurring subscriptions that occur, we will detect them automatically in these systems. Stripe, PayPal, Stripe often has very weird ways of trying to detect a conversion. Well, we can just pull it from Stripe, and then we can go back and map it to what created the lead inside this Klaviyo system. And then, oh, look, it was a Gclid, and then we send it up in that other screen I told you. This is the Google Conversion Optimizer. I highly suggest you enable it for your campaigns. It'll start powering better performance inside of Google.